So baseball's #1 prospect hit his first big league home run against the Red Sox on Wednesday. Clayton Kershaw was denied of perfection, and the youngster Keybrian Hayes is paying dividends for the Pirates. Not to mention, we have an update on Trevor Bauer and much more to cover here in this video today. Now, before we get into all that, guys, I'm going to need you to do a couple of things for me, please. First, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed. Next, go over, smash the red button to go subscribe. That is the best way to show your support here on the channel. Then go over, ring that bell, get notified so you know when exactly I am pumping out great baseball content all summer long. And finally, if you want to get active, go down below in the comment section. I would love to hear your thoughts on the topics I'll be covering here today. All right, let's start off with Keybrian Hayes. Now, after inking the largest contract in Pirates history, which was reported to be worth around $70 million over the course of 8 years, Hayes has since racked up 9 hits after 18 at-bats in only 5 games played. Not to mention, 4 of those 9 hits came in one game. That game being this past Wednesday as the Pirates took on the Cubs. Now, the 25-year-old went 4 for 4 with 3 singles, a double, and an RBI to his credit. So it's a nice start for the youngster, in which will be a very long and hopefully good marriage between him and the Pirates. Now, topic number 2, the Dodger vet Clayton Kershaw was flirting with perfection on Wednesday, but he was unable to seal the deal as his manager, Dave Roberts, pulled him after just 7 innings pitched. Now, you would think that, when you're flirting with perfection and someone takes it away from you prematurely, you'd be pretty mad. But no, in fact, the lefty seemed okay with what his manager decided to do with him on Wednesday against the Twins. And instead of blaming Roberts himself, Kershaw blamed the lockout. Yeah, Kershaw says, quote, "Blame it on the lockout. Blame it on me not picking up a baseball until January. It was time," meaning it was time to get me out of there. Now look, in my opinion, yes, it would have been nice to see Clayton Kershaw get that perfect game with the Dodgers. If it wasn't last year in Dodger Blue, it would have been a great way to, kind of cap off his career. But on the other hand, you have to think about it, is it really worth the risk? And that is what Dodger manager Dave Roberts was ultimately thinking in that situation. And in my opinion, I think it was the smart move. Now, the reason why I say this is because pitchers have gotten hurt when they've been flirting with a no-hitter or actually throwing a no-hitter or a perfect game, early in the season. Now, this happened most recently with a Detroit Tigers pitcher last year in Spencer Turnbull. Now, if you remember, he threw a no-hitter against the Mariners early on in the season. What happened was he sustained an injury shortly thereafter. Why? Well, because he wasn't built up when it came to the innings, and number 2, he was a fairly young and inexperienced pitcher, and that injury resulted in Tommy John surgery, and he is recovering from that surgery as we speak. Yeah, it would have been nice to see Kershaw do it, but you know what? Dodger fans would have hated it either way. I mean, they would have loved to see him get the no-hitter or the perfect game, but if he would have threw a perfect game or no-hitter, and a week later, news comes out that, Clayton Kershaw tweaked something in his arm, his shoulder, his elbow, that would have been a disaster for the Dodgers. And, frankly, you got 162 of these things. You only played 4 or 5 games, so you got time. Don't worry about it. Great decision by Dodger manager Dave Roberts. Now, topic number 3. We have an update on Trevor Bauer. Yeah, speaking of the Dodgers and their pitching, where is this guy? What's going on? I mean, we all know the situation. He's been suspended for that incident that occurred last summer. He's still unavailable. Now, the question is, when will he be available? Well, we have some updates. An article from MLB.com says Trevor Bauer's administrative leave has been extended through Friday, April the 22nd, according to a leaked source. Now, the extension was mutually agreed upon by MLB and the union. Now, his leave was initially set to expire this Saturday. Now, this is what Trevor Bauer's representatives have to say on behalf of Trevor. Says Mr. Bauer is cooperating with the MLB investigation and looks forward to resolving this matter. And he continues to prepare for the 2022 MLB season. Now, administrative leave is not a disciplinary action, nor does it in any way reflect a finding in the league's investigation. So, this is really unfortunate for Bauer. He's one of my favorite players in professional baseball. It's just really frustrating to not see him on the mound. There's been, a lot of merry-go-round stuff with this case. I mean, is it true? Is it not true? Was a woman lying? Was she telling the truth? Who's really telling the truth? Is Bauer a bad guy? Is he a good guy? Is he a good guy caught up in a bad situation? What's the deal here? I just want this to be resolved. I would like to see him back on the mound, obviously, because I like the guy as a pitcher and as an influencer here on YouTube, but I just want to see a result in the case. I want to see a conclusion. I want to see this thing over with. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Give me answers, please. Hopefully that will happen very, very soon for the sake of not only Trevor Bauer, but the Dodgers and the Dodger faithful. Now, topic number 4, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had a monster night in the Bronx as the 23-year-old slugger put together a 3-home run game against the Yankees. Now, his first blast came in the first inning as it landed into Monument Park. The second home run came in the third inning, which sailed into the bullpen. And his third home run came in the 8th inning and reached the second deck in left field at Yankee Stadium. So obviously a career night for Vladdy Jr. and Yankee manager Aaron Boone also recognized this great achievement by saying, quote, "He is one of the best hitters in the world." And finally, Spencer Torkelson, the former #1 overall pick back in the 2020 MLB draft, cracked his first big league home run off Red Sox reliever Austin David in the 7th inning to make the game 9-4 Boston at home in Detroit. So thank God this guy finally got his big hit, his big home run. He got his first hit in professional baseball off Rich Hill the day before. A nice double, comes back the next day, hits a bomb, get the Tigers within striking distance at the time, but ultimately would lose the Sox in a 9-4 effort on Wednesday. Now that's all I got for today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts of all the topics I covered here today. And as always, I will catch you guys later.